Hey there, Mary here from Mary's Heirloom Seeds. I have had quite a few requests for information on how to fix compacted soil. So today I have a video because I have a raised bed here that has compacted soil, but I'm going to go over a couple of extras with you. So first of all, for in-ground gardens that have, say, clay soil or compacted soil, if you want to do it a more natural way, especially if you've got a larger area, the easiest way would be to plant something like daikon radish that will help break up clay soils and compacted soils. That is one of many ways. You can do cover crops and then till it under, or just chop and drop that will help build healthy soil. But I'm going to talk to you about something different. I have a raised bed here behind me. It's 4 foot by 8 foot and it's 12 inches deep. And I'll be honest, I was really impatient to get some of these beds filled up when we first started this garden back in March. And I had a friend with a tractor and he came over and he dumped some of my compost in my raised beds and it was awesome. But I didn't think about the fact that I wasn't mixing my soil properly like I did with the other garden beds. And the other garden beds are doing really well, and this one here behind me is like cement. We had some rain recently, which really helped loosen it a little bit, but it's nowhere near able to plant in it right now. Now, if I wanted to let nature take its course, I could plant some daikon radish seeds in here and wait until next year to plant. But this bed is destined for garlic. It's September right now, and I plant garlic in late October, so I need to get moving on getting this bed ready. I meant to do it last month, but it was really, really hot. And to be honest, it's pretty hot right now, but I have a little time, and I'm gonna go over how I do this. So first of all, I got my compost is already ready to go. My soil mix for my raised beds is 3 parts compost, 1 part coconut coir, and 1 part perlite. Now, if I was doing containers, you could do the same thing. It's a lot easier if you have a container. If you've got compacted soil in your container, you can literally dump it out in a wheelbarrow and mix it up with some more coconut coir and perlite, and you're good to go. Now this one here, this is one of our extra large coconut coir bricks. And for something like my raised beds, it's a much bigger task, so I definitely need the larger coconut coir. It's going to take a little while to expand, so I want to do that first before I start digging out this bed. Now, how am I going to fix this bed? Great question. I'm going to take about 4 to 6 inches of compost out of this bed. I'm going to set it aside. I'm going to reconstitute this coconut coir, and then I'm going to mix it in my wheelbarrow. It makes it a lot easier. I mix it in the wheelbarrow and then I dump it back in the bed. Now, yes, this is going to be work. It's going to be sweaty work, but because I didn't take the time to properly mix it in the beginning, now I have to do a little more extra work before I plant my garlic, because it's not going to do very well in here. So I'm going to go ahead and put this. This is about a 10-pound coconut coir brick, and I'm going to put it in that big bucket back there. These can be reconstituted to up to 20 gallons. So this is going to give me plenty and probably extra. I probably don't need all this, but there's another bed that could definitely use a little sprucing up. So bear with me here. Let's go ahead and get started and fix this soil in this raised bed. One brick of coconut coir will probably overflow this bin. It just needs more time. Just break it up, make sure it's fluffy. You can see the middle is not ready yet, so I definitely need to add more water before I start using this, or I'm not going to get the best benefit from an extra large brick of coconut coir. All right, I'm all set. So I've got about 4 to 6 inches of compost removed from the bed. I have my shovel there. I've got the coconut coir brick, as you can see, or you may not be able to see, but I'll show you. It's not fully reconstituted yet. And then I've got my wheelbarrow all ready to go. Now I just got to go grab my perlite. But one thing I did forget to mention was, if I'm just going to plant lettuce, greens in here for fall, I'm not going to add any additional soil amendments. But since I know I'm going to be planting garlic in this bed, it is a heavy feeder, so I'm definitely going to add mountain flower root boost. Now, mountain flower root boost is included in my soil mixture that I discuss, that I make myself, but I don't necessarily add it if I'm just gonna do like leafy greens, because they don't need any extra. All right, so I'm gonna go grab my perlite, mix this up, and I'll show you the end result. All right, I'm back and I'm done. I did take a break inside and cool down just a little bit and refill my water because it is a little warm out here. All total, this one bed took me less than an hour. I didn't even use a full extra large coconut coir brick, and I did use Mountain Flower Root Boost in this because, as I mentioned, I am going to be planting garlic. But check this out. It is so much better than it was before. I couldn't even grab a handful. I could barely even get my shovel in there. It was so compacted. So today's topic is fixing my compacted soil in my raised bed. I've had so many customers reach out specifically on how to do this. I figured I'd just share with you anyway because I've got to do it myself. If you haven't already, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I do try to share helpful videos, and if you have questions, you can always send me an email. My email is mary@marysheirloomseeds.com, and I do try to answer. The items that I used in my video, the extra large coconut coir brick and the Mountain Flower Root Boost, those are also linked in the description below. You can find them at marysheirloomseeds.com. And the cool thing about that extra large brick is I've got leftovers I can use for the next bed. And that'll be what I'm doing this afternoon as well. So like I said, send me an email if you've got any questions. Check out the information down below that I've shared with you, the items that I've used in this bed, and super excited to be able to share with you a really simple tutorial. And of course I got something done in my garden as well. Thanks for watching. Feel free to share with your friends, and happy planting.